Winona State University Rochester doesn't seem to have a big presence in Rochester. It's been the quiet campus, when in reality we have done quite a lot in the Rochester community and in southern Minnesota. We have about 6,000 alums in that area. We're very excited about what's going on in the Rochester community, and in fact, Winona State University Rochester has really been there in some form or other since 1917. We're quite excited about growing programs, really making higher education a little more accessible, a lot more accessible for people in the Rochester community. And not only academic programs, but other kinds of services and things that we know that Winona State University Rochester can offer the Rochester area. What sets us apart in the Rochester community, and there are many other higher education institutions in the Rochester community right now, there really are our friends and partners as well, but really for us in particular, we're very much about that experiential, hands-on, real-world learning. You know, again, our focus in Rochester is on that adult learner and what they need. And really, they don't necessarily want a huge variety of choices as you would find on a traditional campus or at a traditional residential kind of campus. These are people who are looking to get their credentials, they're looking for high quality, they want to be assured that they have great access to the professors and have enough variety in their programming to really help them gain the kinds of experiences they need to be successful in life.
We think there are tremendous growth opportunities in Rochester, and Winona State University would love to be a part of that, partnering with all of our colleagues in Rochester. So we think Rochester is going to grow significantly, and we think Winona State University has the kind of programs that will help Rochester achieve all of its dreams, its vision for what it wants to do in the future. So we're kind of bullish on Rochester here at Winona State University, and we're planning on investing in new programs, expanding current programs, and expanding facilities in Rochester to meet the future needs of students in Rochester. You know, we've been in Rochester now for 99 years. We were there 1 year after RCTC started, we were there. And we just see 99 years of even greater growth and greater opportunity in Rochester. And that's why Winona State University wants to be part of that.
Winona State University was the first normal school west of the Mississippi. In 1917, we went to Rochester to begin to train teachers. We have innovative experimental type programs. So we have the TPC program, which is training teachers preparation certificate. And this is people who already have a certificate or a degree in some area, and they come back to get teaching. And it's very intense, and then they can go out to the community. Rochester Education trains K-6 teachers in preparation. It actually teaches within the school system. The students go into the classroom. They work with the teachers. They get to see the full spectrum. Rochester Public Schools also partners with us to the Para-to-Teacher program in Rochester, which allows individuals, adult learners, who are employed by the Rochester Public Schools as paraprofessionals, working with students within the schools that may require additional accommodations. The Austin Elementary program, which is a 2+2 program, we partnered with Riverland Community College and with Austin Public Schools. And so those students can come right into a Winona State teacher education program. The Austin Public Schools has been very excited about that program. So they're in the schools also, just like our Rochester Education Department elementary students and our Para-to-Teacher. All of this is done outside of the college campus. We also have the Byron program, which is our Certificate in Innovative Leadership, which is a graduate degree program to where our Byron schools partnered with us, that we are working to train their teachers and get them advanced education leading toward a master's degree in teacher leaders. In Rochester, we also train school counselors and mental health counselors, as well as addictions counselors. I'm very proud that we're developing a multicultural education certificate program that will be out of the Rochester facility. So when Winona State University at Rochester will actually have the multicultural certificate. That's a graduate program for not only teachers, but community leaders, business owners, various people who already have degrees, but they want to get more training and preparation for working with a multiple identity workforce. In the fall of 2015, I was privileged to see the STEM Village open. It's a wonderful opportunity for Southeast Minnesota, for the Rochester area, and for surrounding communities, because before that date, we'd go to the Science House in the Twin Cities for science teachers or STEM teachers to get materials to teach different STEM projects in their classroom. So if a third grade teacher is teaching something on fossils or skeletons, they don't have to purchase equipment for their classroom. They can use the STEM Village as a resource to bring that bin of fossils and bones to their classroom, engage in the learning process and the teaching process, and then return that. We intend to continue the reputation we've built upon by training teachers that will influence the lives of those students in the schools, but also will continue to be leaders within their communities and within their local agencies, and whether that's for-profit or non-profit organizations. So I really thank the Rochester community for allowing us to continue to be a part of the community and the future of Rochester.
At College of Business, we have about 1,400 undergraduate students and about 1,200 in Winona and 200 in Rochester. And we have 7 different majors across 5 different departments. Our departments are Department of Economics, Business Administration, Marketing, Accounting, and Finance. We have 2 majors as our top majors in terms of number of enrollments. One is Business Administration and also Accounting, and both of them are the ones that we also have in Rochester. In Rochester, we essentially have a 2-year program, but we closely work with RCTC in Rochester, whereas it is called a Path to Purple type of a setup, whereas they get the associate degree at RCTC and then come to our university for a bachelor degree of science in either accounting or business administration. And of course, it is not just for RCTC students. That is the primary college that we work with, but anyone who wants to kind of come after having fulfilled their first 2 years can join our university here in Rochester. In Rochester, we are the only public Minnesota university with an undergraduate degree in business, which is accredited by Association for Accreditation of Collegiate Schools of Business, which is the most prestigious association for accrediting colleges of business worldwide. And only 4.5% of universities in the entire world are accredited by this association. The collective goal and vision for the College of Business with the faculty and leadership of the university is to make College of Business at Winona State University a branded college for engagement. By engagement, we mean experiential engagement in the sense of really a kind of interaction with business organizations and other kinds of organizations in the community, whereas the students would closely interact with the managers, executives, associates of that organization to learn who they are, what they do firsthand. The business education is becoming more and more important in Rochester and elsewhere, of course, in Minnesota. And so what we are trying to do with this Rochester Global Experience, we are presenting a vision to our students, faculty, and staff, and our community supporters and allies, whereas that we are committed to this new engagement vision that we want to take our students to the community so that they learn about these developments in Rochester, and as well as we want to ask these Rochester organizations to come to our campus and closely work with our students. So the idea behind Rochester Global Experience is to engage our students experientially in the community. But the idea really there, kind of core idea there is this entrepreneurial and innovative learning. So we are not necessarily promising that we are training entrepreneurs, but we are promising that we will provide them with entrepreneurial and innovative learning in their experiential experiences in Rochester. The future of education for business at Winona State University is going to be a different model. So in terms of the continuity, it will have the same sound and high quality education, but in terms of the approach, we are going to be much more engaged with the community, working closely in partnership with different community organizations.
The College of Science Engineering is one of the largest colleges on campus. We have around 1,400 majors in the college. On the Winona State University-Rochester campus, we offer computer science classes. We have 2 full-time computer science faculty members at that campus, and they teach in our Path to Purple program. So students that finish at RCTC with typically an associate's degree then can move right in on the same campus to complete their 4-year degree in computer science, both applied computer science and bioinformatics.
I teach courses including mobile app development, database design, and human-computer interaction. We find that there is a huge demand for computer scientists in this area.
Of course, the primary goal of our students is that they can get a job once they graduate, and 2 of our departments boast almost 100% placement, and those 2 departments are computer science and composite materials engineering. In computer science, we have a lot of students that work in internships in their summers, and particularly now, those juniors that are completing internships are often being recruited while they're still juniors, even before they start their senior year for positions. Composite Materials Engineering is a unique program for Winona State, the region, and actually the United States. We are the only ABET accredited engineering program specifically on composite materials in the United States. There's lots of data being collected when you shop, when you browse the internet, when you complete surveys. Lots of data is being collected, and making information or creating knowledge out of that information is going to be a key skill that graduates and workers need.
We deal with data all the time, both in terms of developing and designing databases, and also in creating software that's going to interact with those databases to really make it useful to the users.
A recent study actually showed that there's going to be a major shortage, roughly 200,000 positions by 2018. So these positions are needed, and this is a program that it's in its infancy here on the Winona campus, but we do hope to bring that to Rochester in the coming years. One of the programs we have in our biology department is the clinical lab sciences major. These are the technicians and scientists who do the laboratory testing in hospital labs. So they're doing the blood analysis, the urine analysis, figuring out if you have strep throat or not. And that is a program we have both on campus here in Winona. We have a completion program where we've partnered with some of the health systems in the Twin Cities, and we're looking to do the same in Rochester. The College of Science Engineering does collaborate with our health partners, such as Mayo Clinic, Gunderson Lutheran, Olmsted Medical. We really are contributing to the whole biosciences and health careers area. We depend on them for some of our clinical placements and provide them with future scientists and lab technicians. While most of our current efforts are focused in Winona, we are excited about some of the opportunities to come in Rochester, whether it's through directly Destination Medical Center, Journey to Growth, or Southeast Minnesota Together. We really are excited about bringing new opportunities to the Rochester community to learn at Winona State and finish 4-year degrees.
A great deal of growth over the last 8 years since my time here as dean. We went from around 1,350 students to almost 3,000 students in all our different majors. Nursing is our largest major. We have over 1,300 students in the nursing major. We graduate 150 nurses every single year from our basic program. We also have about 300 other nurses. We have 300 nurses in our RN to BS program. These nurses come to us with associate degrees in nursing from the community colleges in the region, and they come back to us to get the bachelor's degree. In addition, we have graduate nursing students, and the graduate nursing program is continuing to grow in Rochester. We have about 150 students in that program. We also have the largest clinical nurse specialist program in the region, and then we also prepare nurses for advanced roles in education and in administration. About 55% of those graduates stay in the Minnesota-Wisconsin region. The largest number annually go to Mayo Clinic for their place of employment after graduation. We also have, and just recently developed, beginning in 2013, the Doctor of Nursing Practice. And we're very proud of that program because these students, the focus of their studies is upon how do they take the research that is out there in regards to best practice, and how do they evaluate the strength of evidence supporting those findings, and then how do they carry those findings in to make real difference in patient care. A very strong program that we have in Rochester is our social work program. That program was started out as what we called a 2+2. Students would go to RCTC for their social services major or their addictions major, and then they would come to us after graduation and get their social work, their bachelor's in social work. Our nursing students and our social work students, our faculty in those programs, are very dedicated to the concept of experiential and service learning. We have nursing students at the Hawthorne Center helping with health education for the adult learners. We have nurse practitioner students at the Alternative Center for the public schools, also at the Hawthorne Center. We have graduate students working with the immigrant and refugee communities in Rochester in terms of helping them improve health outcomes. We also have students down at the public library providing wellness education to persons that come to the library and can learn more about wellness and healthy living. And so our students, whether they're social work students or nursing students, are involved in the community. And the trade-off is that those students are able to provide services, especially to individuals that may be falling through the cracks, if you will, in healthcare or in social services. We can provide and augment the services that are already available by bringing students and faculty into those experiences. What we do as professionals is becoming more and more focused on community settings. We're dealing more with healthcare issues in primary care and in school settings and long-term care settings rather than more what was traditionally thought of in the acute care areas. And so the faculty have made a deliberate effort in trying to structure the learning experiences for social work students and nursing students that fits the practice they're going to see after graduation. But Rochester has been a rich opportunity, and we like to think that we give back when our students are engaged. That is the privilege of my career to tell people that I serve as the Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. And I truly mean it is the privilege of my career. And it's not so much of what I do, it's the excellent work of our faculty and the outstanding students that we recruit and graduate.
Adult and continuing education at Winona State University is the way that we reach out to and serve adult learners throughout our region. We do that in a number of ways, through credit-based programs, degree programs for working adults. We reach out to them through professional continuing education and help individuals who want to continue to upskill or to meet licensure requirements. We do that through non-credit offerings for those that are interested in lifelong learning and personal enrichment. Professional continuing education is not about basket weaving. We do some really important work. We are the connector between business, industry, and our students and faculty, and we are often working on new certifications, new ways of helping employees upscale and retool. Right now, we're working on several badges and certifications that will help employees and our students be more competitive in the marketplace. Extended learning is a way that we reach out to students and provide alternative delivery options for busy working adults. Classes are offered online, blended or hybrid format, evenings, weekends. We really try to remove those barriers of time, place, and tradition for adult learners. The history of adult and continuing education at Winona State University goes back many years. And since that time, we've been growing our options, growing our offerings. And of course, now with online and hybrid classes, we're really able to reach out and to serve students in many different ways. One area that we're really interested in growing in Rochester is lifelong learning for older adults. So we're looking to bring senior university and options like that to Rochester. Adult and continuing education is actively engaged in several workforce development initiatives throughout our region. Journey to Growth, DMC, Southeast Minnesota Together, Rochester Works, the list goes on and on. We really feel it's important for us to be at the table so that we can hear what the needs are and then address them. Through customized training, we work directly with business and industry partners to design targeted training that meets their workforce development needs. We'll go into a business, consult with them, then work with our expert faculty to design training that will get them to the next level. One area that we're most proud of is that over the course of the last couple years, we've developed and launched a new online degree program specifically for working adults, allied health professionals in particular, in the greater Rochester area. It's an adult completion degree in healthcare leadership and administration, and it's really helping many individuals to move from the associate degree to a baccalaureate pathway in ways that really meets the needs of the greater medical community in Rochester and beyond. ACE has been actively involved in the Rochester community for many years, and we look forward to additional partnerships, opportunities to work together to serve mutual needs. We want to be part of the conversations, we want to be part of the solutions, and we look forward to working with members of our Rochester community to build a better workforce.